And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The first trailer for Fantastic Four First Steps has finally arrived, giving us our first look at Marvel's first family of characters. We have been waiting for this moment for a long time, ever since it was announced back in 2019 that we were getting a Fantastic Four movie. I just want you to let that soak in for a second, that it's been almost 6 years now since we found out we were getting this film. Many people thought we weren't going to get it, but we are here now, and off 1 minute and 43 seconds of teaser footage, I think they came out swinging with a good first trailer. Not to be on the nose, but I think it was a good first step within the marketing campaign of showing people what this movie is all about and giving fans exactly what they needed to see. In this video, I'm going to break it down and talk about why it was that good first step. To all the Fantastic Four comic fans out there, what was your favorite part of this trailer from what you know of the comics? Let me know in the comments. So let's start with that breakdown portion first. I had said to some people that I know that two things this trailer needed to do in order to really make it a great first teaser was adding in Michael Giacchino's great Fantastic Four theme, as well as teasing us with the voice of Galactus, who is being voiced by the great Ralph Ineson. We ended up only getting one of those, thankfully, and we will talk about Galactus here in a second. I love that the trailer starts off with the changed aspect ratio to really fit in with the aesthetic of the 60s and 70s vibe that we know these characters are a part of in their world. It really helps to set the tone and also make the atmosphere and vibe feel lived in for the setting. I don't know if that aspect ratio is going to be an addition into the movie itself, but I think some fans will be curious to see if that is the case at points. For the rest of the trailer, it is essentially a character story showing you all four of our heroes in the family, from Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, and Reed Richards. They don't give anything away as to the plot of the movie with how they get their powers and so on, but I can kind of imply where it goes based on certain scenes that are showcased. From a teaser trailer perspective, I think that this was the right move in not giving anything away. I think most comic book fans of these characters probably know where it's going. It's just all going to come down to a matter of how well executed it is. Matt Shakman is the director of the film, and I don't mean to be that guy, but he does have a lot of pressure on his shoulders for this project. For those who don't know that name, he is the guy that directed all of WandaVision, which at the time was the show that people really liked for being something new and different that Marvel went about doing. According to his filmography on IMDb, Matt is mainly known for doing television work, and Fantastic Four First Steps is actually the first movie he's ever done. So that's why I say there is a good amount of pressure on his shoulders to get something like this right. I've said it before, but I think all four of the main Fantastic Four family was casted well, with Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and then Pedro Pascal, who in my opinion might be a top 5 working actor right now. I know there was a lot of commotion out in the social media world that Joseph Quinn was the one and only miscast of the entire family, but I have yet to see anything from him to suggest that he is a miscast. Everyone looks good so far, just based off the footage we've seen, and it's not like they can go back on their decision to make him that character. What's done is done now. I think he has the potential to do something good with the Human Torch, because I do think he is a really good actor. I most recently saw him in something like the new A Quiet Place movie, and I'm telling you, he gives a good performance there. I know Ebon Moss mainly from his time in the show Andor, and with what little screen time he had in that show, I thought that he did really well with that. I have not seen The Bear yet, so only people who know that show will say that he is a good choice to play this character. As a whole, the Thing is definitely going to be a tough character to nail down from a visual perspective, but I think they did the right thing by making him look this way. Anyone out there who possibly thinks that we could go back to what it used to be in the old days with how they did him is not thinking straight, because that would look ridiculous. I absolutely loved the addition of the sound design use with his hands clapping together to have that rock sound effect come out. Details like that are stuff that I really love to see added in. Behind the scenes photos have already shown that they are doing a mix of practical and CGI with his character, so that's a really smart decision. Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman I think was a stellar choice. She as an actress is someone that brings a level of charm that is just perfect for this kind of character, and when you pair her with someone like Reed Richards, they have to really nail down the family aspect of showing you that these two love each other. One of the most important things this movie is going to have to nail down is the chemistry between these two actors, and so far, again, just based off a little bit of footage, I can sort of see where they are going. And then you have Pedro Pascal, and I mean, what more can I really say about this guy that hasn't been said already? The dude is a star that, while he may not have every single kind of movie star quality to him, he's just a really damn good actor regardless. He's been in a lot of stuff lately that I've really liked, and his future is even bigger with what he's got coming down the line. So he is an actor you're going to be seeing the face of for a while, and we are all the better for it because, again, he's just really damn good. As a side note, I think for those wondering why he, out of all the four of them, is the one that didn't show his powers, I think that mainly comes down to the fact that I think they are still working on his CGI, and it's probably not finished yet. I would much rather they don't show bad CGI in the trailer than show anything at all, so it's important to make a point of that in case anyone was wondering. I mentioned him up top, but we also have to talk about Galactus, who deserves to have his own segment in this video because this is a villain within the Marvel lore that is so vastly important to nail down. He's already been adapted once in movie form with the original 2007 Silver Surfer film, which to this day, I think most fans would agree is not the best adaptation of the character, and here now in this movie, it seems like they're really going all out on the actual look and design of his comic book form that everyone knows him to be. It also seems like they will be adapting his shrink power that he is known to have in the comics, essentially giving him the ability to go down or go up to any size that he wants to be. I would assume for the purposes of the film, he is mainly going to be of the smaller size, as you see in the shot right here. It adds for the ability of our characters to fight him, so I'm going to be curious to see what that looks like on screen. Ralph Ineson is going to be voicing the character, and if anybody doesn't know who this guy is, I highly suggest that you go online and listen to any clip from a film that he is in because his voice is one of the most booming and deep voices in all of the film industry from an actor. His voice is so recognizable, but also if utilized in the right way can be very menacing, and a character like Galactus needs to have that kind of voice. Nothing has been confirmed as to whether or not he's actually going to play the character in a live action sense. It's only been shown that he'll be voicing the character. So for the most part, the entirety of what you are seeing here on screen is going to be CGI and is not going to be like a MODOK situation, for example, if I even dare bring up that abomination. To all my Fantastic Four and Marvel comic nerds out there, how would you most want to see this character utilized? Do you want to see him be a villain that stays around for multiple films akin to someone like Loki, or do you want to see him have more of a bigger threat to a villain like Thanos, even if he's not fully like Thanos? It's a question that I think most fans will want to know because he is a threat that, given his powers, is someone that you could assume would be around for a very long time, but I want to know what you think. Again, everything that we see in this trailer is just meant to be shown as a tease, and we are now tasked with speculating on the possibilities of where it could go. We do know that this movie is going to be a multiverse story, so for any and all fans out there who are annoyed with that stuff that's been going on in the MCU lately, you're just going to have to pull through with this for the time being until it all goes away after the next few Avengers films. There was simply no other way that they could do these characters unless it was a multiverse story. Some people have already pointed out in a couple of scenes that it seems like the Fantastic Four have already been looking into the idea of a multiverse where all the universes exist. So something in this film is going to happen to where maybe by the end of it, we do see that they get transported into our main universe that we've been following for the last 30 plus films and television shows. I would not disparage anybody if they pointed out that this would be the one thing they are worried about the most within the film for various reasons, and in time, I just hope that it all makes sense and is well executed within the film because whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. I'd also be doing a disservice, by the way, if I didn't include the fact that John Malkovich gets a tease for his character in the movie. He's apparently playing someone called the Red Ghost, based on what some people assume looking at his character look, and it looks so much like the perfect character that you would think John Malkovich would play, and I'm all here for it. He's a really good actor. Paul Walter Hauser's character, Natasha Lyonne's character, and then Julia Garner's Silver Surfer don't make an appearance, so I'd assume we are going to get more of that come the second trailer, and then some images that get released online. So there is still a lot we have yet to see, but for right now, this is a good thing to get for people to be excited about for what this movie is going to be like. That is all this teaser had to do, and I think for right now, in my opinion, it did that job well. But there you have it. That's my commentary on the first trailer for Fantastic Four: First Steps. 2025 has the potential to be a really good year for Marvel if everything turns out well. I also hope that they stick to that July 2025 release date, as just a few weeks before, we will get Superman as well. I think it would be really smart for both movies to capitalize off making July a good month for comic book films. I can't wait to dive more into all this when we get closer, but what do you all think of the trailer and my commentary on it? Leave your comments down below and let's have a nice and respectful conversation about it. I can't ask enough that you be respectful, as I do read all my comments to the best of my ability. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you want to see more moving forward from me with regards to film and television and you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here, and turn on that notification bell. I'm trying to build a community on here and your support would be appreciated. That's a wrap, folks. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all soon for the next video.